I am an adult, I shout to the heavens as I eat a spoonful of mac and cheese. Happy October! This is my favorite month of the year because it's the season of Halloween when everything gets spooky and it's so much fun. I'm very excited. It's finally autumn. It's gonna start getting colder out. I can start wearing this more often without sweating my everything off. If you're someone who knows me well enough, you know how much I love my traditions. And the one tradition that I make sure to do every single year on Halloween, dressing up, putting on a costume, being a character. So to kick off the Halloween season this year on my channel, I thought I would start out by going through the evolution of my costumes that I've had at least since I was 4 years old. Okay, so the first 3 costumes I have on the list are costumes I don't remember wearing for Halloween, like specifically any given year when I was younger. I just remember them being in our basement and vaguely remembering my mother telling me about when I wore it for Halloween. One of them was a Dalmatian from the 101 Dalmatians franchise from Disney. I was probably a toddler when I wore that costume, so because I do not remember it at all. Then there's also Dipsy from Teletubbies. Yes, I watched that series when I was little. This says a lot about me, doesn't it? And then this Barbie costume. It was labeled Barbie, but it was just like a dress. It was like pink with like a black skirt with like pink polka dots on it. And I think it's still in our basement at home, but like I was supposed to be Barbie, I guess, but I don't know what kind of Barbie I was supposed to be, just a Barbie doll or something. I don't know. Second grade is when I start remembering the chronology of my Halloween costumes. And I remember that year I was a snow angel. And I remember the wings were horrible. They were the kind that you have to like wrap around your arms, and they kept getting tangled and caught in my backpack because I wore my backpack on top of them, so they kept getting tangled, and so I had to keep asking my teacher to untangle them for me, and I'm pretty sure by the end of that day she hated me. Oh my gosh, 3rd grade, I was a mermaid. I remember that. It was such a cute costume. I had gotten that costume for my birthday party, specifically because I was having an under the sea theme, and so my parents got me a mermaid costume to go with the under the sea theme, so I was the mermaid under the sea, yeah. 4th grade, I was a witch and I colored my hair red for our Halloween party at school. And then I remember the next day, it was like 2 days before Halloween, and I got chicken pox. And so I had like spots all over my face, and it was very obvious that I was sick. And so I had to go around wearing a like medical mask, like that people wear when they're ill. I was so embarrassed. I hated it. I was like, I have to go around wearing this mask, and it's so obvious that I'm sick. And so my mom, clever as she was like, just be a witch doctor. And I was like, what? What the heck is a witch doctor? Because at the time, I didn't know the mythical lore of what a witch doctor was. I was, what, 9? And so my mom was just like, go as a witch doctor. I was like, okay. So I was a witch doctor that year. 5th grade, I was Hilary Duff. I was absolutely obsessed with Hilary Duff when I was 10. I went to her concert, which was my very first concert when I was about to turn 10 years old. It was so much fun, and I loved her so much. She was like, she was my idol. I loved her. When I was 11, 6th grade, I was Hermione for Harry Potter. And I remember deciding that when I saw the costume in a Halloween magazine. I was like, oh, I want to be Hermione this year. I love Hermione. Note, I was 11. I had never read the books. I'd only ever watched the movies up until that point, which I think at the time there was only like 4 movies out or something like that. Okay, this is kind of dumb. 7th grade, when I was 12, I was a zombie cheerleader, which basically was just me dressing up in my mom's old drill team uniform in pigtails with some black eye makeup around my eyes, just like black circles to make me look like I was dead, supposedly. I remember I went into our school Halloween dance that year, and the faculty just looked at me like, wow. And then the next year, 8th grade, I was a cheerleader again, but this time I was not a zombie cheerleader. I was just a regular cheerleader. Sure, I guess I just didn't know what else to be that year. Oh my gosh, freshman year was awful. My friend and I went as the Jonas Sisters. We were going to go as the Jonas Brothers because yes, I went through a phase for like 3 years in my life where I was obsessed with them, and so was my friend. She was gonna go as Nick, our other friend was gonna go as Kevin, and I was gonna go as Joe. And one of our friends decided, actually, I want to be a different thing this year. I've kind of been set on it. I want to make my own costume. And so we were like, okay, whatever. So we scrapped the idea and we decided we're gonna be Jonas Sisters instead. And so it literally just was us wearing our Jonas Brothers concert t-shirts because we've been to like a concert either that year or the year before. We were wearing our concert merchandise and it had their faces on it, and then we just walked around carrying these guitars that were just game controllers for like Guitar Hero and Rock Band. And some of the neighbors' kids, group of guys, like saw us wearing Jonas Brothers stuff and they started making fun of us. It was an interesting year. Sophomore year of high school, I had a little bit of redemption. I was a ninja. I was slightly obsessed with Michelle Phan's channel back in the day, and so there was a tutorial on her channel about how to turn just a regular black t-shirt into a ninja mask, and I thought that would actually be really fun to do for Halloween this year, and so that's what I did. I went as a ninja and I got a lot of weird looks from people. Junior year, I was kind of lacking in creativity again. I went as Harry Potter. In my defense, when I had been in New York a couple months before with my mom, we had been in a toy store and I found this pair of Harry's glasses, just this last pair, just in the section of Harry Potter merchandise, and I was like, oh my gosh, Mom, can I get this? And she's like, yeah, go for it. That was the year I did not go trick-or-treating because none of my friends wanted to go with me, so. And then senior year of high school, gonna let you take a little gander at what that might be. Yeah, cheerleader. Again. Seriously, what was wrong with me? Why did I like cheerleaders so much? I was never a cheerleader. But I do remember senior year, I decided that I wanted to be a cheerleader for college. I had already had my heart very set on where to go to college. I knew 100%, and it was only October. And I was like, I've already been accepted. I already know I'm gonna go here because this is the program I want. This is the kind of university I want to go to. And so I decided I wanted to be a cheerleader representing that university that year. And so in my first year of college, I went as a newsie. I went and saw Newsies in New York the summer before I started college, and I fell in love with the musical. I downloaded the entire soundtrack onto my iPod. So I decided I wanted to be a newsie boy that year because I had a hat. I think I still have it somewhere. It's somewhere around here. It was a hat that I got at the show, and then I got it signed by the cast. I went and bought a vest at some like thrift store, secondhand place, did all the poses that newsies do. I did like the ending poses of their dance numbers, and I was like, I'm a newsie boy. I don't know, people thought it was cute. So second year of college is one of my proudest costumes I've ever had, and it was Toothless the Dragon. And part of why I'm so proud of it is because that was the first time I had ever actually made my costume. This was something I didn't see anybody else doing that year, and I was just really excited about that costume. Junior year of college was also a really good one. I was basically the dark version of Mary Poppins, which was Scary Poppins. I basically was Mary Poppins, except for I was dressed in all black, long black skirt, black boots, black gloves, a black umbrella, and then I had like stage makeup on my face that made it look like I had like open wounds and everything. I had just learned in my stage makeup class how to do that, and so I was like so excited to get to use it for Halloween that year, so I found every reason to do it. Oh geez, and then the last one on the list, last year's costume was so pitiful. I hate myself for my costume last year. It was awful. I went as Captain Stress Relief. Basically what it was just wrapping myself up in bubble wrap and then using a towel for a cape. I went and bought the bubble wrap the day before Halloween, and then the night of Halloween we had a party at our place and we had some friends over, and I was putting on the costume right as people were getting there, trying to wrap bubble wrap around me, and it did not work out. It was so bad, and I felt like I didn't even try, and I felt so lame for it because it was like, man, I really wanted to dress up because I had no idea what I wanted to be that year, and so I was very, very depressed because I couldn't think of anything, and I think that's part of it is I overthought what I should be, and so therefore I couldn't think of anything, and so I was really sad. I would like to think that this year is going to be a year of redemption from last year, because this year I kind of vaguely know what I want to be, but I really want to get crafty with this year, and I'm taking a class right now for my theater degree that's learning how to sew for like costume construction, and so I'm learning basics of how to use a sewing machine, and so I'm kind of excited because I can actually like make my costume, and for real this time, not try to just use internet tutorials, just like use what I've learned from my class, and so I'm really excited this year. So I hope it's gonna be good. I won't tell you guys what it is yet. I think you'll just have to wait and see. And thus concludes the evolution, for now, of my Halloween costumes. So now I'd like to ask you guys, is there a costume that you consider your absolute favorite you've worn for Halloween? Or is there a costume that you absolutely regret wearing one year? Or is there maybe a crazy memory of trick-or-treating, or just a party that you went to or something fun happened? Let me know in the comments and we can share our crazy Halloween experiences together. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you very soon. How can I have had 2 things of coffee today and I'm still tired?